Live and direct. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. We back at it like a jackrabbit on my adjustable Craftmatic. There you have it. It's your boy Cuban Lake representing. I'm gonna start doing some new stuff. Like news, Beluga news, hip hop news. So I'm gonna turn into Rodolfo Rodrigo Ramirez. He's gonna be a head anchor. So you think Burgundy had something? Blow it up. What's up, my brother? Lata? You think Ron Burgundy has something? Robert Rodrigo Ramirez? No way. Rodolfo's way better. Watch. I have y'all. I'm gonna entertain y'all. Start bringing out my characters, If you ever see me on Instagram, y'all see how many characters I be doing with the funny ass, the funny faces and all of that when I was doing the Instagram stuff. But I'm gonna do it here. I'm gonna bring it over here. Yeah, man. So yeah, the Diddy trial, man. Guilty or not, here it comes. He can't hide. Diddy, they're gonna find you. Innocent or guilty, ready or not, here it comes. We can't hide. Diddy, they're gonna find you. Let's find out, right? Yeah, so the wrap up to the Diddy trial, man. The wrap up to the Diddy trial. I don't know how y'all think about that. I remember I started off judging it from a distance. Like I said, I never saw no gay stuff that Diddy ever did personally. And I was around the parties back in the days, 97, 98 to like 2005, 6. Like around that time, I was actually going to Diddy parties. Went to like 3 of them. And I always told y'all there was extravagant parties. Best type of luxury shit I ever been to. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the most classy. And I never seen no crazy situations happening there. No illegal, matters that was going in there. There was really dope shit that I will always remember and go back to when I talk about a party. And that's a personal. Me and Diddy had a cordial relationship. Spoke to him many times. Good brother to me. Very powerful individual. Sociable with me. But when it came out with the Homeland Security and all of that, and you already know the feds, they swept down on him. I thought it was crazy. I thought they had some real crazy evidence on him. I thought he was definitely guilty by just the way they approached the situation, Homeland and the feds, and the way they raided his house. I thought he caught a body. You know what I'm saying? That was they went to his estate and they swung down like, you know what I'm saying? It was the middle of fucking Crenshaw. Or the South Bronx or somewhere. You know what I'm saying? The way they swung down. I was SWAT. So yeah. Then they gave him no bail, which made it even more intense. It made it more like they had more, they had all the kind of evidence that he's guilty, the way they treated him in that situation. I didn't know too much. My judgment was like he's guilty because I know Diddy's up there in levels. And the video with Cassie started looking funny when he beat up Cassie and all that in the hallway. And they all the other people that was coming out on him talking about gay stuff and I never seen Diddy in no gay. I always seen him with women. I seen him with like Jennifer Lopez when I was around. You know what I'm saying? I seen him with nothing but beautiful, sexy women. So I always was like this. I was on the fence with it, like, damn, I don't even feel sour because I wrote Senorita the hook. You know what I'm saying? And all of that. He didn't really pay me. He didn't give me no credits. So I never felt sour. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I told you, he was sending me Sean John gear to my crib. You know what I'm saying? For like a whole year. So I wasn't really mad at Diddy on that. No, I just wanted my credit so everybody know that, you know what I'm saying, my resume, you know what I'm saying, I can stand with the best of them when it comes to writing. But yeah, that was nothing personal that I ever took with Diddy like that. So I never put like my feelings, even though I got, you know, always had like admiration for him as far as a mogul in the business. I never put out, you know, I blame that more on Joe for being a bad manager. So, you know, but yeah, I always was looking at it like 50-50 with it. Because, and as the time went on, there was no real evidence except the Cassie tape. The Cassie tape was very, but that's domestic, right? I'm talking about for the charges that are being brought, like the RICO, the human trafficking. Those are big ass charges. I thought he was doing it like on another level. You know what I'm saying? He got private planes and stuff. So I'm like, yo, Diddy went bad. Like Diddy really went bad. You know what I'm saying? That's international waters, and I thought he was bringing like, you know, sex slaves from another country into here and back and forth. I thought all that was gonna come out, but it's really, you know what I'm saying? Like he didn't do that. Like we see the ending of the case now. No, me and Panda, you know, we did a little thing. We were snapping on they coined the phrase "no Diddy" and all of that. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of foul, but funny. You know, the hood's gonna make fun of you. The hood is gonna make fun of you. The hip hop culture is part of mostly hood, so we're gonna make fun of you, regardless. But now that we see the real evidence unfold and the trial went on, and this is the last day, right? Like Friday was already the closing statements and all of that, and we seen witness after witness. We seen the soap opera that was going on. And what I got from all the witnesses, like the female witnesses, is that they was in love with Diddy. They was just jealous of each other because Diddy, whoever he picked, got that shine. And it was Cassie who got that shine, even though she got, you know what I'm saying, treated wrongly. And you know, but even her, she was looking like a custody. Like she was, you know, part of the whole thing. She was the ringleading some things too. You know, so it was like a crazy movie relationship that they had with the sexual part, hiring sex workers and all that to satisfy their sexual needs and to whatever, because they passed that threshold. They already went to porno land and they wanted to do stuff that, you know, that they probably seen on pornos. And Diddy probably said, yo, you know what, we can make better pornos than that. He started his own little porno company. You know, Eddie Jones, thank you for your contribution to the revolution. It's very appreciated, my brother. So, you know, so the Diddy trial was crazy in itself, you know, as far as like just finding the evidence, finding this man guilty of something that's like a stick. You know what I'm saying? Like a stick, it's not clear to me. To me, it's not clear where, you know, he's guilty of the RICO Act and all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's not really clear because it's like human behaviors, like regular human being behaviors that you might have engaged in. But they're not that criminal when you put it in like a hood way of living. I don't know if I can explain this right, but it's something like that. Like, all right, you get a little money, you might take a little trip, you might try new stuff. You know what I'm saying? Is he doing it to gain money? Was this all the sexual acts that he did? Was it like a corporation that was gaining money for him? I didn't see that. It was doing it for pleasure, for, you know what I'm saying? The drugs he was taking, was he selling them? No, he was fucking taking it up the nose or wherever, you know what I'm saying? So he was indulging in all himself. He was spending this money on himself and those participants that was playing along with him. They threw out the blow up the car thing with Cuddy. So what did he do? Just be a hornball, disgusting little demon fuck that went crazy off the Molly or the drugs, the 2C he was doing. So it's like, what kind of, you know, those charges are too big, I think. Pause. They're too big for him to be guilty of, is what I'm saying. Maybe it'd be lower charges that he's definitely guilty of. But all I seen was, you know, throughout the trial was, yes. Oh my God. Yo. Yeah. What's up, Pop? There we go. Thank you. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Say what's up. 'Cause, you know, this, yeah, it's my little nephew right here. Yeah. Yeah, close the door. You gotta love the kids, you know. So, um, yeah. So it's just like an old love triangle, like straight up, like uh, a general hospital on steroids, is where he was really living his life. And like I said, nobody directly accused. I mean, like approve that he did some crazy RICO or child trafficking thing. Or not child trafficking. I mean, human trafficking, or like a RICO where he had a corporation to gain any kind of things, or except like self gratification. You know, that was getting off on just on some sexual thing. So I don't know. I don't know really. He's definitely guilty of crossing that line and going to the other side, the dark side, and getting lost in there. But yeah, like, all the women you could tell they're in love with this dude. You know what I'm saying? So, and where's the gay part? I didn't see nobody. I ain't saying he's not, but like I said, when I was around him, I didn't see none of the gay, you know what I'm saying, behaviors or mannerisms. And now, and that was way back then. That's 2006, 5, 6. Like I said, now it's almost like this 19 years later. So things change. But I thought I would see some kind of solid proof. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't see none. I didn't hear none. And the reason it's important that he's been, you know, he be found of legit, you know, things as far as like those charges, is because if not, then the government could do that to any one of us. You know what I'm saying? They could do that to any one of us, and I don't think that would be fair. That's definitely not fair. You know what I'm saying? Where they could use a RICO act on just anybody. You know what I'm saying? Just because they feel, not on anybody. You have to have proof. Proof beyond proof. You know what I'm saying? And not for nothing, with the Fat Joe joint, you see where they rate that complaint with TA? Now that has fucking, you know, I don't know. That's like up there. You know what I'm saying? But remember, Diddy's complaint in the beginning started. I don't know if it started as powerful as the Fat Joe one right now, because all I thought was that we seen him do, you know, physical abuse to Cassie and all of that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really too much of the other stuff that we thought of Diddy. And we know he was like a womanizer and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And maybe taking people and keep, you know, like blackballing individuals, just like Joe. But the criminal part to it was like, all right, what he's guilty of. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know. So to me, anyway, to me. So now that we come to the end of the road, at the end of the road, will they let Diddy go? It's unnatural. Yeah, so I don't know about that. I don't know. It looks crazy. Like I said, I didn't see no solid evidence, man, that could pin him to those kind of charges. Is he guilty of other charges? Yes, he is. He is. But you know, I don't know, man. What y'all think about it? Let me see. A lot of them, yeah, he got bad ways. Definitely, we all saying that same thing. He at the end of the road, will they let Diddy go? I gotta come up with the next line. I'm gonna come up with before the show's over. Baby, all you'll learn to see and cocaine. Oh, at the end of the road, would they let Diddy go? Is unhappy too. Yeah, but that's crazy. What else, man? I mean, as far as yeah, it's the end of the road though. End of the door. I seen Tissa, right? Tissa, she was there reporting day for day, from the soul, the brother that, you know what I'm saying, he did the Mitch case, the Big Meech case. I mean, he came up from that. He was doing it. He was out there doing it. So they got biases. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of biases. It's like when you, if those that are in Diddy's side, they going in there and they hyping things up, they gassing it. You know what I'm saying, for YouTube and all of that. Yeah, but you know, it's I think it's down the middle. You know what I'm saying? I don't see a clear like cut case through both. So you know what I'm saying? The guilty part, they saying they got him. They're saying they got him on some stuff, but even the stuff that they saying they got him on, it's like, yo, those are really like regular human behaviors. Like, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I take a girl and I bring her from like whatever another state, and I tell her to go shopping and whatever it is, and she buys it, and then she goes back home. That's sex trafficking. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. You know, the human trafficking stuff. Now, when you get to kids and stuff, I thought they would have kids involved in there. Remember in the beginning, it was talking about minors and all of this. There was never no minors in there. You know, there was no minors. So I don't know. Okay, Brooklyn all day, 99. Brooklyn all day. It's Brooklyn in the house without a doubt. I'm the rap about, everybody rap about. I'm the rapper with clout, everybody rap about. Well, Diddy walk? Yeah. Will he Diddy bop out that courtroom like George Jefferson? Would he Diddy bop out that? Will he do the Diddy out that? I don't know. Listen, man, I don't wish nothing. No bad for no man. You know what I'm saying? If he's guilty, he's guilty. I don't care. At the end of the day, guilty is guilty. But me, myself, I'm just saying, like, is he solidly like got caught with something, like, you know what I'm saying, like with the preposterous of the evidence got him? I don't think I see that, you know. And that's what I'm saying. Public opinion at the end of the day, and the way we feel about somebody because of their, you know, their sexual preference or whatever. It's not the same thing as law. That's what I'm saying. Not the same thing as law. Even with the Fat Joe, you know, just came out. You know, he's still got to be proven guilty or innocent in a court of law. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's illegal, it's a you know what I'm saying, a regular lawsuit, civil. It's a civil lawsuit. But you know, that case right there has a lot of truths and a lot of subjects that I've been part of through 24 years. So I would want to know how is it played out. You know what I'm saying? For that personal reason for me. But if he's found not guilty, you have to accept that he's found not guilty as long as it's a fair trial. There's no extra, you know what I'm saying, throwing no cheating in there, because we don't cheat over here. We don't cheat. I mean, we don't try to lie. You know, we don't lie over here, me. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, when you see the way the other side handles it, and they become liars and cheaters, then that's when you know something is wrong. Even when it's you know, part of like a law or whatever, they get caught up. But you see the funny shit, just like the Tyrone case right now we seen with the Terror Squad case. I mean with Fat Joe and T.A. Skizzy. As soon as it starts, you know, Tyrone Blackburn is already hitting a server, like trying to serve papers. He already some funny stuff start happening. You know what I'm saying? When you can't beat them, you got to cheat them, and that's why, you know, people got to be on point with. You know, because some novellas you could watch and it's like straight up through it's right there given to you. The clues is there. There's other novellas that you got to really look and pay attention to the details, and listen real close. So that's all. But yeah, man. T Weapons, man. It's nothing but love. Whatever happened to Armageddon and Charlie Hustle? Armageddon, I haven't heard from Armageddon in a minute. Thank you for your contribution, my brother, to the revolution. Charlie Hustle, I don't know. I don't know where the hell Charlie Hustle at. Somewhere in Brooklyn? I don't know. You know, oh shit, wait a minute. What is that? Come on, man. Ooh, hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some link up in it. Yeah, but Charlie Hustle, I ain't seen him in a minute, in years. So, I wonder where he at. They all hit. Oh, they all hit for me. I don't know where they at. Cubans been going through this whole thing with 24 years. Been hiding. Everybody hiding. So probably Cubans start, doing some things. Then of course they come out, pop out. Oh, you was over my people. Well, I ain't seen them brothers in a minute. I don't think anyone was wrong about Joe. It's just that people don't know. Yeah, yeah. But how long? You know what I'm saying? How long? You seen the punch situation with Joe. You see my situation with Joe. Mine was really the first one, I think. After Pun. They didn't know about Pun's situation afterwards either. So Maz was really the one that was out there was for some funny stuff like, oh my God, what happened between Cuban and Joe? And they still didn't know exactly the details. That's why he got away with a lot of things, because it happened when there was no social media. There was no people really over there with cameras and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they could, start talking about it right after the event. It was through the radio. That was the only filter that you could hear things out. The radio was actually filtered. So when they started talking about that situation with me and Joe on the radio, it was on Joe was explaining it, because Angie Martinez gave the mic to Joe to really explain the situation, and he said what he said. He put everything on his side. He lied on, back then. He acted like nothing. So that was really the situation that was happening. And that only happened once. So they expected things to go away. They could sweep things under the rug if it's not being publicized out here. But now we got this. This is the weapon. You know what I'm saying? To get to the truth. I'm saying, so now it's harder. It's hard for them to sweep things under the rug, to act like people don't know, because, social media. And we all got a fucking camera on our phones. That's the difference. But yeah, my situation with Joe, with the cutting thing, was really like the first clue. And even that clue, they dismissed it and was like, that was probably, that was Cuban's fault. Or must have did something foul. And that. So that won over a long time. And then they seen the Liza Rios, Pun's wife, and the kids when she went to the shelter, and they would have arguments at Hot 97, and Joe was acting the same thing, like he's the victim. Like, we gave you, what do you want? Threw everything back on her. Liar again. And that wasn't too much social media involved into that either. So he pretty much, put that under the rug until 2016 when she won the case and it was overturned. And the judge took the estate from the hands of Fat Joe and handed it back to the rightful owners, which was Liza and the Rios family. So she had to take them to court over and over. She went through like 3-4 lawyers because they was giving her the runaround because Joe's lawyers were so powerful. So he was able, and even when she won the case. Because remember, before the case, when they first started, and he got subpoenaed or served to go, appear in court, he was talking to the media. Y'all can find those clips. He was talking about she got no wins. Y'all gonna see real soon. I never stole money from Pun. She's crazy. She's delusional. They just want a money grab. The same thing he's doing right now to TA. You know what I'm saying? There was a money grab. She thinking that she could come over here. I already gave her money. So the problem with that is that he was talking all of this through media, but then when he actually lost in 2016, and, the judge awarded Liza Rios with the estate, the Big Pun's estate back, and ordered Fat Joe to pay Liza $1 million as restitution for the penalty of him not giving money back, because they couldn't give Liza the money from like 2000 all the way to 2007 or 10 or something like that. So those are the hottest years where they make the most money. That's why he still got away with crime. He still got away with Pun's money. He stole it. And then when he gets caught and ordered to pay $1 million, the judge orders him to pay $1 million. He turns the finger on Jelly Bean Benitez. So I wish that y'all would have opened that case up. Maybe somebody, a YouTuber here that is great at reading like documents, law documents and paperwork like that, and would do a whole full case on the Liza Rios and Fat Joe, Joseph Cartagena, and Jelly Bean Benitez trial. You know what I'm saying? They should do that before they, and then we go down, you know, just to have justice in the streets. This is street justice, right? So we can know what's up. So you can see the character of Fat Joe. That states his character. You know what I'm saying? With me, you can find no paperwork because you ain't gonna find it. Because I never filed for nothing, all that. I try to take it to the streets. Whatever y'all feel it is, it's me. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't after money with Joe and all that. It was more personal. So that's why I handled it down the way I handled it. But he does owe. He does owe a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? He does owe. Yeah. So I think a real, like, you know, kind of law savvy individual should really maybe from the soul, even though it's an old case, but they should bring that case back up with the Liza Rios and Joseph Cartagena and really see what happened in that trial. Because I'm telling you, there's going to be foul business in there from Joe. And y'all going to read that, because I know y'all didn't read that or know about it. When y'all go to death in there, y'all going to be like, yo, he did this? And remember, he was talking out here when he had his podcast and everything, the twin, Big Pun is his brother. And yeah, he never stole from in there in the paperwork, it says he stole everything. And he been stealing for 16 years. That's the most disgusting part, you know? Even through the family going through shelters and all that. Discussing and doing the opposite that he's actually saying. Yeah. So before we get to the TA case, I think that should be opened up again. You should revisit that. And then you go into the new TA claims. You see what the claims are, and you start, you know what I'm saying? You could refer to something at least and be like, yo, this is the same behavior. This is him for real. This is what he always does. And then he cops pleads when they get him. Hey, remember when they got him with the taxes? You know what I'm saying? He had to do 3 months in jail, and he made it look like it was 30 years in jail. And when he came out to him, like, yeah, he had bad stories. 3 months. So anyway, yeah, he's always the victim. Yeah, it was my accountant. He's a thief. He did this to me. He's always the victim. The accountant was the thief that robbed him. And this is how he gets away with everything. With Liza, it was like he did everything for her. He gave her this money to be a hairstylist. He gave her money from Pun. He said he gave Liza $1 million, over $1 million. And the reason in the court, when Liza won the estate back, the judge forced her to pay $1 million because he said publicly out here that he gave Liza $1 million when he never gave Liza no $1 million. Never. He was lying. You know what I'm saying? Lie skin up. Our brother, you already know, man, Cuban, keep your head on the swivel, especially with what just happened to Tyrone. Calling Tyrone. He doesn't call me back. The Beluga puts tentacles, run far deep. Yes, it does. You know, the Cuban Revolution will be televised. You already know, my brother. I know that. The tentacles of the Beluga puss, he's a Beluga puss at times. He's not just a Beluga. He turns to Beluga puss. Nigga got like 20 arms. And then you got the Captain Saver Joes. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But he already did he did that to Tyrone already. I know that was definitely, that's not no coincidence. And I think Tyrone also knows. Because I never seen a lawyer with another lawyer do an interview and then refer to each other right in front of the interview. You seen that one? I'm telling you, this novella is going to be better than Puffy's. It's going to be the novella of the century. It's going to be the Fat Joe. And he's going to make it. He's going to be the star of his own novella because he's going to be the liar, the cheat. He's going to be everything. Then y'all going to see the truth for the first time. But yo, yeah, Tyrone was doing an interview in the middle of the street. And he had a lawyer talking for him. And he consulted him like on the side once the interviewer was asking him questions. So what do you think about why you have to hit the guy with the server with the car backwards? So Tyrone consulted his lawyer right there in the middle of the sidewalk. He talked to him and I've never seen that in my life. The lawyer came back. His lawyer came back to the interview and was like, "This, we're not going to talk about it because right now it's clear to see it's a setup." So Tyrone is already putting it out that it's a setup, like exactly what I was saying. And I haven't spoke to Tyrone. I'm waiting till Tyrone to call me, like calling Tyrone. I've never seen a lawyer take this long to call a key a key, participant that wants to get this money. Because I want to find out. You want to find out in that. We could go rewind those 24 years and say, what? You got some money for me, Tyrone? So he still didn't explain that situation to me. I'm waiting for that call. He still didn't come out. I mean, he still didn't call me. And he came out of jail and everything. And then his first thing was said, yo, this is a setup. He told the world already this because he did the interview. Go check it out. That whole server thing was a setup. Exactly what I was saying before when Tyrone was in jail. I said that. So y'all got to be on point with this novella. You got to catch the details, And Tyrone said he's he's down with the parakeets. He's telling them everything. So be prepared for this novella to get detailed and handed to us in a silver platter. As far as the public, because we're gonna see everything. We're gonna be able to put all this happened, and we can gather up the evidence from here, from this angle. They're living it out. I'm part of the living it out too. I gotta live it out too with them, but I'm coming back here. We're gonna do it. It's for real. We're gonna hold this trial for real right here. A YouTube trial. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna need y'all to fund the revolution a little more so we can really get everything. I'm gonna get a mic set, a helmet. I'm gonna put a GoPro in my forehead. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna go into the action. I'm gonna have different COCadians, just, do the deep investigations. We're going to get witnesses from inside the camp over there, too. There's going to be some terror squad camp. They're going to fall out. They're going to be whistleblowers. We're going to interview them before the news do. We're going to get it right. This Cuban revolution will be televised one way or another. Anyway, back to the Diddy case. See how I get caught up? The Fat Joe shit is always more exciting, right? I'm like, that's because I'm part of it. I've been part of it forever, and now it's coming to like the end part of it. You know what I'm saying? Or to like a real important part of it, because it might not be the end. The Beluga, like I said, he's an octopus, and he can fool a lot of people. So I don't put it past him to step by because he got baby oil now. Diddy introduced him to the baby oil. So he's slippery as a mother effer. So, but the Diddy trial. The Diddy trial is about to end tomorrow, right? No, it's already there. It's ended. Then they're just deliberating on the outcome. Guilty or not, here it comes. He can't hide. They're gonna sentence him. It's they're not. Diddy is hot. We can vibe. I gotta make up a better one. Yeah, we're gonna get everything ready, man. We're gonna get the news choppers. We're gonna get choppers, COK choppers. We're gonna get COK helicopters and everything. Or maybe the drones, because we don't got the money for helicopters now. Drones. COK drones, or we're gonna be flying over Joe's house. Fuck that. Yeah, we're gonna find the Addy. Find the Addy. Like that. Everybody. Pistol P in the hood like this with drones. We're gonna follow them dudes like this. Any illegal activity, we're reporting. Yeah, we doing it. Oh my God. Oh man, COK Witness News. Let's get it, baby. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get the truth out somewhere or the other. We're gonna squeeze it out. Pause. Oh man, but yeah, it's over already. Like the Diddy situation, it's over. I don't know. Like I said, I'm still on some whole like, if he goes free, I would understand. If they find him guilty of some things, I would understand, but only if they find him guilty of like, the sexual, the domestic abuse and stuff like that. That's the only thing that I see, man. Like if they give him like 5 years, I'll understand. 8 years, I'll still be like, 10 years is the max ever. Then I'll be like this. Damn, it was a little harsh one, but I understand. If they gave him anything past that, let's just say, if they gave him like 15 or more, that was unfair. In my head, I would think that, like, damn, man, it was hard. You know what I'm saying? But anything like 12, 13 maybe, time served, that's too much still. That's too much still. Anything like eight down, I'll understand. Anything from there was like, yo, they was trying to get him for something else. Don't make me look crazy. If they give him 20 or 30, nah, that was like, nah. You gotta overturn that. They gotta do that. You gotta be, you know what I'm saying? Something was funny there. They set him up. You know, I will feel that way. That's what I'm saying. But you know, it is what it is. It's not even about his age. It's about just the way it is. Like, yo, what's the hard evidence? I need pause. I need to find hard evidence, pause, of what he did to really, you know what I'm saying, sentence somebody. You have to find, probably without a probable cause, or be a probable doubt. You gotta make sure he did this, and this is what it is. And what he did, because it was open on what happened, what was going on. It was like regular human activities. It was no drugs being moved for this. It was nobody getting killed. It was no kids involved getting molested. It was none of those things. So, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And he sentenced over at 15 years old. He's out of here. Diddy did. Yeah, Diddy did. If anything, I think he'll do 15 now. He's 55. That's 70. Yeah, but come on. That's hard. That's all cool. But, like I said, man, the judicial system is the judicial system. We all, just like the American dream, we all believe, even if it's a little bit that we believe in the American dream, we still believe in the American dream. And it's the same kind of belief now with the justice system. We still believe in the justice system, because it's been manipulated. It can be bought. We all know that. So we got to judge ourselves of, situations so we got to, assess them ourselves and understand what's going on in the world, And if we don't agree, we got to, do something to try to change it. We have to move accordingly to try to change the law, try to really, hold those accountable that are being corruptors, and, try to keep it clean and get the truth out, bottom line. But, yeah, man. And Tissa Tells, that's her name. Tissa Tells. She's been out there looking like Lisa Everts, you know what I'm saying? And she's very pretty, very beautiful eyes. And she's out there telling it like Wendy Williams. But she's biased, since she wants Diddy to go to jail, I know. She's definitely biased on that note. And then you got From the Soul. From the Soul is on Diddy's side. He over there looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? I got my hat. He over there with the cowboy hat like that. He look like, look like a straight up farmer from 1957 like this. Hey, yo, man. Diddy's attorney just ate the case, man. You straight up. That's my dude, though. He got swag. He got charisma, pizzazz. Shout out to both of them. They're doing it. At least they're trying to do. No, they are doing it. Let me say that. And when it comes to journalism, they're in the field. They're frontlining in the field, and that's definitely what we need in the hip hop culture. That journalism, we lost it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of journalists got bought off, and that's why it's being crazy stuff that's been happening inside the hip hop game when it comes to reporting any truths. That's why we don't believe anything anymore. So the journalism part, that's why I applaud guys like that, like Panda Chops, Choke No Joke, From the Soul. At least he's telling what he feels on his opinion. Tissa Tells, they out there. They're taking this journalism seriously. You know what I'm saying? Even Vlad TV has been doing it. Regardless how we feel about him, culture vulture or not, he's been a great journalist. He's been digging, for information, and so much that people get arrested on his shows. That's what is crazy. But that's part of journalism. You know what I'm saying? To find the truth and to report accurate, situations, accurate things. It's too sad. It's sad when they get bought off. They get to a certain level and they worship the money more than the information and the truth, and they sell out. We could tell. I've been in this industry and a long time, and I seen I see the reporting. I see the favoritism. I see, you know what I'm saying? And that's why these artists, they get like cocky and end up doing what they feel because they feel they got everybody bought, like a Fat Joe. Fat Joe just thinks he got people in his pocket and he could move any certain type of way. That's what gave him the confidence to get up on stage and say, you know, these crackhead bitches to Vita and, you know, and Little Mo. That's what gave him that confidence. Like, yo, he bigger than all that. Well, you know, he feel like he could just disrespect us and then come back and say, as long as he says sorry, you know, he's been forgotten. Like, you know, that's what gave him the, you know, it gives them the incentive to do what they feel because they feel like, you know, they're so in cahoots with the Beluga Nati, really the Illuminati that's in there, and the powerful people that they could get away with anything when they bring it back to like the hood. You know what I'm saying? To their own communities. They come back from that top level up there with whether they Jews or top elite black individuals or whatever race they are when they're up there. We already know which one they are, but you know what I'm saying? When they get with them powerful dudes, they go up there and they come back down to our communities, back where they're from, and they spread the whole, you know, colonizing mentality instead of taking that information, knowing now the know-how and really helping that community. They go back down there with the whips, just like the masters they serve up there. That's how I feel, you know. It's a few, it's a small percentage that come back with the right knowledge for the community and really try to help the community. You know what I'm saying? I feel Master P is one of them. I ain't gonna front. Guys like Master P that's been doing it. I think he's one of them. I don't know. I think. You know what I'm saying? Through his catalog. You know what I'm saying? How he started. He's humbling, starts selling shit out the trunk, and then, you know, really getting to know the game, and then, you know what I'm saying, bringing the community with him. You know, you see his son Romeo. You see it. You know what I'm saying? Or you see it. They bring back. You know, they got morals and things like that. That, you know, they preach and they live by. You know. What's up, y'all? Let me see what's going on here. Cuban, what's good, brother? Your mom's nipple. Yeah. That's his name. It's crazy he said that. Yo, what's going on though, man? Hit the like button, y'all, for me. Hit the like button, man. Hit the goddamn like button. Hit the goddamn like button. So recently, in my last thing, my last post, I addressed Willie D. Hey, Willie. Who Willie Burgers is back. So, you know, so Willie, like I said, no disrespect ever. Come on, Willie D. It's my, you know, it's one of my founding fathers, man. You know what I'm saying? Ghetto boys, Scarface especially. I met Scarface one time out there in Houston. Nothing but love. It's a real story. Scarface and me, we meet up. I think it was in Houston, somewhere in Houston or New York somewhere. He was coming in and he saw me, and I never met that brother. But he saw me, he went like this. You know what I'm saying? He gave me a bow and said, Cuban Lake, the man. And I didn't even know him like that. Gave him a giant hug. You know me, you give me a compliment, I'll turn into a baloney. Like, oh my God. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why artists, anybody that especially with Scarface, you know, he's not just street dude or whatever. Scarface is a musical giant, like a genius. Y'all don't know like how he plays instruments and how talented that brother is. Y'all talking, you know, because he's gangster and he, you know, he been hardcore all his life. But no, behind as far as the music, how talented that brother is, and the reasons why the Ghetto Boys, you know what I'm saying, prevail so much. So Willie, to me, is part of that. You know what I'm saying? Bushwick Will, you already know. You know what I'm saying? The illest midget ever to spit to me is Bushwick. God rest in peace. You know. But yeah, so I threw a little shot, a little wake up shot at Willie D because he's reading the Fat Joe complaint, but he's only reading the Fat Joe complaint. You know what I'm saying? Fat Joe's side, and try to really, you know what I'm saying, minimize TA's side. You know what I'm saying? The Nixon. You know, Terrence Nixon. So you know, he's not really giving a light, and it's a lot of them, a lot of celebrities. Hot 97. I seen them too, the Breakfast Club, and they just reading. They're a little more they speculating on it, but they still doing the Fat Joe readouts. You know what I'm saying? They're defending Joe on the part that, he's just or whatever employee, right? He's like a mad employee that just, a disgruntled employee that's, trying to minimize it on that level, but they ain't see the actual complaint. And when they read it, sure enough, they say, "Oh, I don't want to read no more." You could tell their favoritism, and that's not real journalism, Like we only try to find the truth, man. Only try to find the truth. What we expect, and we rely really on y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? The podcasters, the YouTubers, the news. Because remember, by the time it hits the news, and they should already hit the news. I hit channel 7, hit channel 11. So it's not regular stuff no more. Like now y'all know it's something really in there. So it hit the top of the top of Empire State, you know? And they're not gonna report it as common as, the hood shoot, like as far as the hood would, the community, our communities, saying the hip hop culture. So now the hip hop is on the hip hop culture to really give us the truth. And what the QB, what the hip hop news has been doing is suppressing the other side a little bit because they're showing favoritism to Joe. And it's like, saying, oh, all these artists, they're representing the wrong thing is what I'm saying. Rep the truth so it could change. Things could change. So when you do, when they do some funny, frivolous accusations on a rapper that doesn't deserve it, then we could really know the truth. And now, that confidence and that trust is between the community and the actual newscasters. You know what I'm saying? And the journalism they do. So, when you weigh out both sides, all I'm saying is be fair. You weigh out both sides. And you give the people that. You don't just give the people one side of things because y'all gonna look crazy at the end. I'm really trying to save your asses. Like, say the truth, man. You know that. Say the truth. This is not like back in the days that you could hide. You know what I'm saying? They all see you doing what you're doing in front of here. So they're going to judge your character suffers because of that. So at the end of the day, be a stand-up individual, man, because you should be. If you're giving us the news, if you're giving us your take, it's one thing. But if you're giving us the news and you're reporting something, report both sides, man. Report both sides. We expect that. And don't confuse the people. Don't confuse the people. And if you've been bought off, we're going to tell. We're going to tell. And I'm not just saying that because it's Fat Joe on the hot seat now. I say that shit in anybody. Anybody. You know what I'm saying? When he gets to a certain level, we want to hear the news. We don't want to see the fucking Beluga, the Illuminati working and y'all doing, one thing for a certain agenda so y'all can benefit. We don't want to see that. Or we do it, and then we're going to blow up his spot. That's all. We'll blow up his spot. Let me take you on a little trip. I can smoke me a cigarette. Smoke me a cigarette. You know what I mean? Smoke me a little cigarette and all that. So yeah, man. You know what it is. So yeah, man. Let me see. Let me take you through my estates. That's the Cuban Rancho. Rancho Cuban. You see. So yeah, swing. Oh shit, I'm gonna swing. So yeah, so basically, troll alert. 8 minutes. God damn it. I'm gonna bust my ass, watch. That was dope. I just noticed that. Yeah, but I'm gonna bust my ass. Fuck around with Cuban Lake. And the curses they put on me, I'm do a whole flip. Y'all niggas gonna watch it and laugh at me. So yeah, man. I'm in Puerto Rico right now. So what I was talking about. Right? So it's crazy. Right? So we gotta get the filters right. This is our, from the soul. That's why he be in front of the courthouse like this. So Diddy came out, right? Diddy came out. Yo, he just ate that, brother. The lawyer just ate that, the opposition. Yeah. I enjoy YouTube. YouTube, they're crazy. They're crazy out here in these streets. So, it's a beautiful view. You see? See what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? But you let them tell it. You let them tell it. That's why we gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Should I get on this? Let's see. I'm gonna get on this. Oh shit. Your mother! Holy shit. What the hell am I doing? Holy shit. Yeah. We're gonna bounce it up. Anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely bust my ass. Let me smoke my cigarette. Let me do that. Yo, so what's going on is that we don't want the game to be rigged, man. We definitely don't want the game to be rigged. We want the game to be played fair, you know, from everywhere. You know, and like I said, right now we see it. From far, you can see a lot of things. Once you're in that middle of the revolu, that whirlwind, whatever camp you're in, whatever circle you're in, you get caught up. You get caught up. You get caught up with the world. It's like that's your world. You know, like in the Terror Squad, Fat Joe's world. It's like they get caught up in the world and he's leading it. And it's whatever he says that they know it projects in their mind. So they live in on this umbrella. But when they step out, you see how crazy it is, that umbrella. That shit, the old acts that TA was saying in that complaint might have seemed normal because that's the way he's been operating for so many years. So it might seem normal to inside that. Believe me. Like, no, I know that the other day, the Trish shit, that shit ain't normal shit. We want to be porno stars. Yeah, we want to live. We was young. But if you keep doing that shit, it's like, yo, you trying to live this? This is a part of your life for real? You bring that in your home? You know, your home, so you're supposed to be sacred. Your wife is supposed to be sacred. Regardless, you know what I'm saying? We as artists, we go out there, we do crazy things, hood shit that we still probably got bad habits of doing. But when it comes to like things like that, like sacred things within your home, within your family, your kids, you don't do that. You don't do that. You don't bring them and expose that world into that. You know what I'm saying? And we got to take responsibility. That's why at the end of the day, when you get older as an artist or entertainer, we got to start saying that to the kids. You know what I'm saying? It's a transition. Yeah, you can have fun when you're young. But it's a certain time where we got to take responsibility. Regardless, when I was young, I never wanted to take responsibility. I'm somebody's idol. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm somebody, like a little kid might look up to me and be like, yo, I worship you or whatever. And they'd be like, yo, I'm not a good role model. You know what I'm saying? Like, that used to be our excuse. I'm not nobody's role model. But that's when we young and we, you know, fresh out the streets and stuff like that. But later, I'm talking about like the Fat Joes of the world, the Jay-Z's and, you know, the Jim Jones and these kind of artists that we OGs already in this shit. You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to come back with that message and be like, yo, I was wrong. I was wrong. We are role models. Even if you're 18 years old and you're coming out to be an artist and you're in front of this camera and you got a dope ass talent that the kids is going to look up to you for. Cardi B's. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to know. We got to send the right, you know? And it's hard because then you become a hypocrite. You really become a hypocrite because you preaching something and then you actually doing something with your own family. But, you know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. As well as you can, man. Don't mislead these kids. You don't. Oh, your mother. Oh yeah, I'ma bust my ass. Trampoline time. Oh yeah. So what I was saying, Fat Joe's motherfucking Beluga, and we gonna do this shit for real. All right, let me get the fuck out of here before I break my back, motherfucker. Oh yeah. What the hell is that? What happened? Oh. What the hell? All right. I didn't bust my ass. We're back. Little Cuban Lake Adventures. Oh shit. We love, baby. Ew. The rooms are different in this fucking castle. Yeah, we ain't Diddy over here. Ain't nobody doing no red light special no more. We ain't red light special no more. We good. We got our morals right over here. So, you know. We living how we living, you heard? Let them think we living like a turkey on Thanksgiving, not like Robin Givens, huh? You know what I'm saying? So when they talk all that extra stuff, it's just talk. And, you know, it's hate. You could tell the hate from the love. You could tell, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? You remind me of my old drug dealer. All drug dealers got that, right? They always say, so you poison? But they'll be out there giving turkeys out like this. Come on, I care about you, man. Come on. Like Nino Brown story, for real. Yo, they're the worst. They're most hypocrites, right? The Pain Kid. How am I still with TS, my brother? No, I ain't with TS, man. Get out of here. California, what up? What you doing these days? Me? I'm doing fucking flips on trampolines and fucking smoking cigarettes. And I'm fucking walking around a mansion in the back, looking like Puerto Rico. That's what I'm doing. You're chilling, going crazy. You know, Cuban got to go crazy because, you know, y'all didn't like the same Cuban. The same Cuban was nice, but, you know, was directly with y'all, telling y'all the truth. Y'all didn't believe him. Y'all kept dismissing the old Cuban. Right? And I got to act crazy like a crackhead. You know what I'm saying? I got to be like, yeah. Then they be like, oh shit, you're going crazy. He's finally going crazy. Look. They're all laughing at me. Then I start making sense again, right? I bring you back from the crackhead part to the real, you know what I'm saying, scholar, to the real, you know, artist. Then you're paying attention to me again. ¿Qué hola, man? Y ya tú sabes, aquí, haciendo cosas que tenemos que hacer, tú sabes, papi. Trick stunts without pun, fat boy, yeah, I know. Yeah, without pun, but look what he did to pun, man. That's why I can't forget that. Why he did the pun? Nah, kid. Nah. Can't forget that. Nah, man. Unless you give all that money back you stole. Unless you say sorry publicly to Liza and the kids. You know what I'm saying? And you lift the blocking off of Chris, you know what I'm saying? Chris Rivers. You know, Pun's son, you lift the block off because you blocking him. You've been blocking him on the low. You've been blocking me. Blocked everybody that goes against you. You blocked Remy. Remember? You blocked Remy. That's why Remy couldn't sign G Unit and all of that, and Remy was mad at him. You know what I'm saying? Until he got, you know, he's doing this deliberately to people. And they let him. That's the thing. The industry be backing him. That's why I want to slap everybody. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So it's not just him. This is the Beluga Naughty. That's called the Beluga Naughty. That's what I be talking about. You know what I'm saying? Of course, gangsters respect the deceased. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. Especially that. You know? I remember when I did the song with Game, and Jimmy Henchman was managing Game. You know what I'm saying? In 2005, that's how I did a song with Game. The No Mercy song. And Game and 50, because he was 50's artist at the time, you know what I'm saying? They was having problems with each other. And one of the main problems was that Game was doing a lot of features with people that 50 didn't agree with. So Game was on his own doing mad features with people, I guess, to get some money also and to get his name known. So 50 Cent didn't approve of that. And Game really forgot that 50 was the one that had to go clear the songs. After he did a feature with somebody, they had to go clear it with 50 and Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? And Jimmy, you already know, Jimmy, you know, at the end of the day, Jimmy, my dude too. You know what I'm saying? That was my dude. You know, he was working my project too. He was starting to work on my project. But he put us together. Jimmy Henchman put me and Game together. Came in the studio and he laid down the song for No Mercy, the verse. And he was like, you neck. That was Game. But then when it was time, like I finished up my album and I was getting everything ready, the credits, the clearing the samples and everything. We're trying to clear that song, you know, with the Game on it. for my album so it could come out. We were going to use that as the first single. And what happened? 50, said no. He couldn't clear that song. You know what I'm saying? And the deeper beef between Jimmy and 50, which I didn't know at the time, was that Jimmy was mad that 50 didn't want to put a headstone on the real 50 Cent, the gangster 50 Cent from the street. He didn't want to give him a headstone on his grave and stuff like that. That's how deep I go into it. You know what I'm saying? That was the beef, the little, whatever beef they was going through, that was the beef at that time with me. And I couldn't get my song cleared. You see how important was that song, really? If I would have came out with No Mercy back then and that connection with G-Unit, Game, you know what I'm saying? That would have started a relationship with, of course, with 50, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't know their tension as far as Jimmy Henchman and 50. I didn't know that either. I thought it was all in cahoots, you know what I'm saying? But that's how it played out. So I couldn't get the Game cleared, that verse from the Game cleared. So I had to do the whole joint by myself, even though it was dope. But it would have been a little more extra power if we had to, the G they in there with Game, and that gave it that sauce, special sauce. But yeah, things like that, hinder sometimes the whole program. When you calculate something and you're doing business, it disrupts the system. Yeah, man. What else? Diddy's clothes. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be the answer tomorrow. Is it gonna be an answer tomorrow? A verdict. Is that verdict gonna come in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, man. I got another song like that. Shout out to One Solo. Shout out to One Solo, man. I interviewed One Solo here. But anyway, man, I remember when you slapped that kid in the crowd in the funeral. I didn't even slap him. I just mushed him. I mushed him. That was my little man, to tell you the truth. It was in front of the Punch Wake, and I know him from the block, and he was just like snapping. A little kid do the extra snapping, and I know him from snapping and stuff and being mischievous and all of that, and being a fresh mouth. But that was the wrong time, and he should have known that because I gave him a warning. That's all. I was like, yo, what are you doing? Stop. And he did. He said, oh, yeah. He said some foul stuff that I felt was foul, and I got mad, and I just put my hands on him. You know what I'm saying? But I love that kid. Come on. He knows who he is. That's my little, you know what I'm saying, brother too. That we grew up in the same 167 over there, the ranch. So that's family. It's just that day he got me that time. I was sad. I was mad. I was everything. You know what I'm saying? My best friend passed away. Don't play with me right there. I don't care how old you are either. Don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? That was a sensitive time. Later on, we talked about it. He understood. I got nothing but love with that. You walked you like a what? We walked you like a dog in the pod. Pod boy. I don't know what you're talking about. Walk me. Yeah. Keep on making up stories. Is that what Joe's statue is? Joe's statue? No, Joe's statue? No. Joe's statue is on Christopher Street, downtown Manhattan, by the fashion district. He got the pañuelo on. It's a statue like that. He got big shoes, the Jeezys on, the big giant boots. That's what he got. The statue comes with the giant boots, the skinny jeans, and the medium, Carhartt jacket that he had. You know what I'm saying? That's what he has. And the pañuelo. You know what I'm saying? That's what he had. The statue is like that. Does the sunshine in your left ear? I don't know. The diamonds absorbs everything. What's up, Tito Ortiz? Tito Ortiz, cojones. I don't know what you're talking about. Cuban, you ever been to Hialeah? Of course, Calle Ocho and all of that. Come on, man. I'm about to spend 6 months after the Mariel. The Mariel, I spent 6 months in Hialeah. Then later on in life, I still go to Calle Ocho, with the park right there with the old man's park. They play dominoes and smoke tobaccos. They play Cuban dominoes. I go there, visit. Of course, man. That's the closest I could get to Cuba, Top 5, Tupac, Biggie, Eminem, DMX, Big Pun. No doubt. It sounds like a good list. Where you from? Where you from? Yo, where you from? I'm from Cuba, Puerto Cerrada, Cuba, but I was raised in New York, Bronx, New York, 167 in Prospect, Littleville's Projects. I like Spanish people, some of my best friends. That's nice. Yeah, it's real racist right there. It sounds racist, but it's good. Letter to Put is my favorite link, no doubt. That's one of the reels I ever wrote. Press the like buttons. Come on, press the goddamn like buttons, man. You got new music? Oh yeah, I got new music, man. I got new music. We're gonna wait till the trial is over. I'm probably gonna narrate the trial with some music. How's that? You know, me and TA got that song that I did with Lord Jamar. Me, TA, and Lord Jamar. I'm doing the remix to it. I'm waiting for somebody to mix it. Of course, it's already there. Been there for 2 weeks. This is why I get mad at my people. This is why I get mad, because when it's time to press the trigger and let it go, let the clip go, they always hesitate. If I'm not in charge of that trigger, boy, if I had all the elements as far as to do my music, I got it. I was nice at mixing, and I was, you know what I'm saying, I would be nice as marketing. I would have been put that out already. But, you know, I got to wait on people, because that's how things go. I got to wait, a waiting game. So now I'm waiting for my man to mix it down. And it's just me and TA on it. It's the remix that I did. You know what I'm saying? What's it night? We did the remix. It's called now you gotta go, Joe. It's called Hit the Road Crack. Yeah, Hit the Road Crack. I gave you a little preview, remember, but I wasn't mixed. So it sounds horrible when it comes to professionalism. I just did that to give you a sneak preview, but it's getting mixed. You know, for UK, love to visit Cuba. Suzanne Booker. Book me a flight, mama. You already know. Pablo Colón. Epa, saca una teta. Tap the screen. Oh no, hit the road crack. Yeah. And look, we did that shit. Hit the road crack. And look, he gotta hit the road. He about to hit the road. Everything I say comes to life. What is this shit? Like the Twilight Zone. The little kid, remember, he thinks of something and there we go, pops up. I'd love to see you and Cardi B. I love Cardi B, man. She's my favorite Latina, hip hop artist as far as females. She's dope. She's herself. That's why you gotta love her. She's herself. I love the character that comes with the rhymes. You know what I'm saying? And she does some trap beats too. She could do regular hip hop. You know, she's versatile, so she's dope. King Lou, nothing but love, brother. DJ Robotech. Gutta. Telling lies, okay. Telling lies, yeah. What's up? Send us a treat back to back. You need to email me so we can get to work on these project films. Email me, brother. QBN69 at AOL.com. QBN69 at AOL.com. QBN69 at AOL.com. That's my email. Yeah. So, Cardi lived on Woody Crest. Of course she did. She's from Highbridge over there, that side. You know what I'm saying? I used to go to, like I told you, Roberto Clemente, 166. So I used to play right there when the old Yankee Theater was there with the track. Remember the track was there? You live up that hill. Before you get to the highway, it's a big ass hill. Woody Crest had the bad bitches, always. But even when I was young. Woody Crest. Love Woody Crest. Guilty cabrón. Yeah. So what's going on? Back to the Diddy subject. Did he do it? Did he not? Is he guilty? What is y'all think? How many y'all think he's guilty? Let's go by that one. Press 1 if you think Diddy is gonna be guilty. Press 1 if y'all think he's guilty. Let me see. Let me check you out. 1. All right. If Diddy's guilty, press 1. If Diddy is guilty, press 1. If you don't think he's guilty, press number 2, por favor. Press number 2. Press number 2, por favor. If he's not guilty. If he's not guilty. If he's not guilty. I see a lot of ones. A lot of ones. 1, 2 right now. Okay, 2 2s. Okay, 2 2. Louis Paul. Okay, 2 2. All right. 2 2. Okay. All right. It's a lot of ones, so it's more ones than 2s. You trying to be an NPC. What the hell is an NPC? I don't even know what Polar? I don't know what that means. Don't start hitting me with like computer jargon, because I would never understand like the increment. acronyms and stuff like that. Like, don't do that. I'll be thinking of the wrong shit. You put CPT, I start thinking of some other. I start making my own little acronym up. So like, spell the whole thing out. One of those. Yeah, it's a lot of. So it's mixed up. There's a lot of ones. It's a lot of twos too, but not as much as ones. He's guilty of more than he's charged for, of course. But you know, some charges are biblical. What he's guilty for, just like Joe, they like biblical charges that nobody sees and they got to go through. Yeah, those kind of charges, I believe you. He's professional booty snatcher. I don't know. He's a booty snatcher. Oh my God. He's not guilty. Yo, Cuba. You remember the original Fever? Of course, the original Fever. And then became the Roombas. Roombas too. Right afterwards. Diddy kill Biggie Smalls. That's another one there. They got to go into that one. I believe it's a little bit of truth. That one is, I believe, too. Like, it's a little bit. Yeah, Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Diddy could have definitely prevented that, is what I'm saying. He didn't have to go to LA at that time. You purposely put Biggie in a hostile environment. You knew what kind of temperature it was at that time. That's what Gene Deal says that shit. And I believe him 100%. And that was his security. And when I put, you know what I'm saying, my feet in their shoes as far as security and just the best smart move to keep people safe, that was the least protective measure you could do to Biggie to keep him safe, is bring him to the actual fucking den, the wolf's den, the lion's den right there. You brought him there. He's not Daniel. When I get, you know what I'm saying? He brought him to the dying den to get eaten. He put gravy all over Biggie, like, metaphorically speaking. You know what I'm saying? He chopped up little vegetables around him and put them in a silver platter right there for the devil to take them. So yeah, I believe that. He's guilty of that. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Biggie, 100%. I met that brother. I told you when we went to do Me and Pun. You know what I'm saying? Like after I wrote Senorita and all of that, Joe introduced us to, brought us to Diddy's house, Daddy's house, which was the studio Diddy owned in the city. We went in there. I made, Joe look good with the Senorita. I wrote the Senorita hook. And then after that, one day we was up there and, Diddy asked us, he came and told us that Biggie wanted to see us, me and Pun and Joe. And he walked us into the other studio and he was there. There goes the big meister himself. You know what I'm saying? He was just sitting there in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Writing his rhymes. He was with a pen and pad, but he was just by himself. Diddy brought us in the studio and he wanted us to do an intro. It was for one of the songs in Life After Death album. Because we was already doing business with Bad Boy and stuff, And we went in the booth. Me and Pun went in the booth and we started doing, oh yeah, cabrón, esto cabrón. We started doing like a mafia, little Spanish Scarface type intro for him. And then we told Joe, actually, me and Pun told Joe, yo, go in there and do your shit. The no quieren problema conmigo, because Joe used to say like a lot of like disparates in Spanish. Like he does the New Rican kind of like Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Like Pun did too. I was the only one who spoke like the proper Spanish in the whole crew. But they do the disparate shit. But it's dope. It's New Rican shit, right? Joe went another track in there and he spit. He added like another ambience to us while me and Pun was in there talking, arguing. We gonna go get these niggas. Something like the Heist. You ever seen? You heard Pun's song, The Heist and Capital Punishment? Like that. We did that in front of a song for Biggie. And then Joe got on a separate track and he got they made him part of the whole me and Pun conversation. Like, extra Spanish dude talking some New Yorican shit. You know what I'm saying? Real Spanish shit. And that was it. He never used it though. Biggie never used it for his album. But it was just an intro. There wasn't even no rhymes or nothing. And Joe did not spit on that like he tries to say he did. From that skit, Joe he lied so much that he tried to say he did a whole album of Biggie. Just because he did that. And that was the proof. Like he used a little tape that D-Dot sent him of the studio session when we was talking, that shit in front of the song. He used it and he was showing Clark Kent on a video here. like a YouTube thing, talking about, look what I got. They don't believe me when I say I got an album with Biggie. He used the intro to try to gas up the whole shit that he did the albums with Biggie. Liar. And then it's not even that. I already know he's lying just on that. But then he goes to the making up the shit. The studio burnt down. They kept it in the files, but then I heard the studio burnt down. Like, yo, he goes on with the lie. That's a pathological beluga. Disgusting. That's the part that's disgusting. How far he takes the lie. That's why we gotta let him lie. Like, we gotta let him lie. When we know he's lying, you gotta push him more. See how far he goes so we can all see it. That's why I know TA's not lying. Wait till the shit get pushed. Wait till they stop pushing. That's why he's already trying to throw people in front of Tyrone Blackburn's fucking car, the lawyer. He tried to throw people in there so he could defraud him and get Tyrone out of there. Because Tyrone already called him a fat bastard in the Choke No Joke show. Called him a fat bastard and he take it personal. Now he's trying to do, I'm telling you, it's just what the Beluga does. And then he's trying to use all the YouTubers and the old legendary rappers to come out for him, just like Melly Mel did. Remember, Melly Mel looking crazy, stuttering like fucking Stuttering Bob, and they're trying to say, trying to stick up for Joe. And you got, what I'm saying, and I even put Willie D there, but Willie D, and older legendary figures that we believe in, the Hot 97s, they all taking this, his side, trying to defend it. And trying to, get the case thrown out before he even gets heard. But it's already heard, that's the problem. I heard that the feds got that shit already. I'm over here like this, damn. I don't want no criminal charges ever to go through the Beluga, even though he's a criminal fuck bastard. But I don't want that shit to happen. I want to, we got to settle out in front of this hip-hop community. That's what I wanted to do. But that chance never came for me. I don't think it would ever come for me. So I guess this is the only way to trap the Beluga, the way TA is doing it. Let him do it. That's his people anyway. It's not like I said TA ever. I'm working side in cahoots with TA. No, I'm finding this shit out myself right now. I'm finding all of this out myself. This came from that side. I don't know TA. I just met that young brother about 6 months ago and never met him. I talked and I did an interview with him throughout the process of Panda, of Choke No Joke, and I did my own, podcast interview with him, and I got to hear the story, so I believe him. I believe what he's saying. That should give me fucking flashbacks of things that I know is similar to my story. But it's Joe's fault. This is Joe's thing doing. TA was part of TS too, after me. Don't blame me for shit. I'm over here spectating, I'm just reacting to it. I'm reacting to it. And I'm giving you my opinion. So, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all want to hate so much on the Cubester. Like, I'm the one who took him down. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. He took himself down, that Beluga. Not even TA got nothing to do with that. The fat Beluga, Joey Crap, took himself down for being a greed fuck face. Stealer, for being a robber, to being robbing his own crew. For working and doing a sweatshop in 2025. Having a terror squad sweatshop, you know what I'm saying? The sweatshop, that's what it is, TS. The sweatshop, because that's what they were all working, like sweat, They're not even getting paid right. This nigga's just taking advantage of them and they let him happen. They let it happen. I wish the old terror squad dudes, the Prospect, the Armageddons, those guys. Even Remy already voiced it. You can hear she said the truth about Joe already in an old interview. She said the truth. Go check it out. How he was robbing her, giving her $250 for performances when she was at the top of her game. She was getting 10, like me. She was getting mad money on herself, booking her own shows, and then she goes to a Terror Squad show with Joe, and she gets $250 while he's getting $50,000. Are you crazy? That's not robbery to y'all. Y'all crazy. Y'all got to go back into the... I'm telling you, you got to bring back all the evidence now. It's time to do street justice. We got to have our own Beluga trial out here in the streets. We're going to put all the facts together because I don't want nobody to cheat. I'm not a cheater. I don't want to throw shit, no dirt on Joe's name just because you think I hate him and I got to feel a certain way. I'm biased. Never been biased. I'm the type of dude that told Panda Chop, hey, yo, we did interviews. We set it off. We did everything. But whoever player from that side that wants to get interviewed, I give you the green light to interview them. From Tony Sunshine to Armageddon to everybody else that's on that side. You know what I'm saying? The Remy's, the Tony Baloney's, the Fat Joes. If you ever want to do an interview with Panda Chop, it's welcome. I welcome that. I will never get mad at Panda Chop. I'm not that type of dude. You know what I'm saying? You could tell by that. I expanded this. I told him this from the get. From the get. I'm not biased with a Cuban Lake. No, the truth is me. That's why I know I'm the truth. Because I know I do that. That's my rationale when it comes to getting to the truth. And I love to put the people that are guilty of whatever happens, of the same party, put us together. Put us together and do it for the public. You're gonna see the Cuban Revolution will be televised. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to get at. Find the truth. Just like all of us. We're trying to make sure y'all tell us the truth. We're tired of you lying. We're tired of you spinning, the truth and making it seem like, that shit only breeds an evil fucking culture. Liars only breed fucking liars. You know what I'm saying? Dishonest people, thieves, funky poison sellers, drug dealers with the same mentality. You know what I'm saying? I see if you learn from your past and you want to make a change. And that's why the youth is running crazy out here these days. Because these are, you know what I'm saying, the spokesmen are the gatekeepers and everybody are these dudes. These baloney smokers that we gave them the torch to make us proud when they run up to, to the Olympic torch and light it up. They lit up some other shit there, man. That's not even, you know what I'm saying? They're not even representing us. They're representing themselves. You know what I'm saying? They already got caught up by the higher ups. They want to really blow those guys and do what they do. So they do the evil shit that the other dudes had to do. And they throw the you know what I'm saying, what they learned up there back to the community. And this is why we, that's what I feel like the youth is lost. Because, you know what I'm saying, the guiders, the ones who supposed to take them, you know what I'm saying, and let them see the truth, they lie to them. And they get mad. You know what I'm saying? Youth comes with rebelness a lot of times. And, you know what I'm saying, poverty, especially the communities we come from, ain't having that shit. That's why they don't listen to the adults, to the OGs, man, because the OGs ain't shit. They've been lying to them all this time, and they've been tricking them and robbing them. They tired of that shit. I know, So yeah, man, I gotta go, glad you got out the feds, all of them. Glad you got out. I never was in the feds. Are you bugging? I never was in the feds. So, yeah, man. It is what it is. Are you Catholic? I was born Catholic. I was baptized when I was young. In Cuba, I got baptized. I had a picture with, the black and white picture with the priest putting that water on my head. I was a baby. You know how they put the picture under the holy water tub? Back in the day, that was 1975, 1974. My mom still got that picture. But later on, I've been just spiritual. I've been, I don't follow religion. I just feel like religion's been tainted by humanity, by men. And there's a lot of things there that you got to decipher. You got to know, even in the Bible, you got to know when it was God inspired and written by the Spirit of God, and then you got the man, the king, the kings. Remember, the kings are the one who told the histories. There was the one with the money, were the ones that had control of the journalists and the writers. And they told them exactly what to do so they could control the people. So they put things in the Bible so that people could read it and worship. And that's what the kings want. That's what all government want. For you, they have control over you. That's it! So, I'm just going to leave it there because I want to get y'all into a whole, crazy mindset. But, slowly but surely, we'll get to the truth. And, so we got to eliminate all the bullshit. We got to eliminate liars, the lies, common sense. We got to understand what common sense is. You got to, really evaluate stuff, filter it out so we can get to the truth. And I'm all about the truth, man, like I said. So, yeah. I just wanted to chop it up with y'all a little bit today. We've been here long enough. I'll start rambling. I'll start getting tired of my own voice. Because I'll be and this is all freestyle shit, my nigga. Like, so at the end of the day, I come over here and I do it with you. But, yeah, man, we hope y'all have a happy Sunday. And is it Sunday today? I think it's Sunday. I'm lost too. So, yeah, happy Sunday. Go you do your barbecue, enjoy the day. Guilty or not, Diddy, here they come. You know what I'm saying? So the trial is over. The trial is actually over. Little mini movie. sure somebody from Netflix is gonna fucking be catching this and recording it. That's why they probably didn't publicize it. But then somebody has to have footage of things so they could go over the things, and then we'll see it. Very interesting. So, like I said, tomorrow's the verdict when it comes next week or whatever, how long they deliberate. We'll see. We'll check it out. Ready or not, the trial is done. Here they come. Diddy, they're gonna find you guilty or innocent. Whatever it is, it is. Whatever it was, it was. And whatever it will be. So, in that note, salute to y'all. None but love. Your brother Cuban Lake. 24K is the channel. Let's see how it plays out. And pay attention to the Beluga trial. I'm telling you, it's going to be even crazier than Diddy's. Go read the documents so y'all can be really prepared of what's going on. I don't want y'all to say I'm a hater or I'm against Joe for no reason. No, go read that complaint. Go find it. Make sure you read it. Judge, here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Oh, my God. It's going to be a problem. Hey, man, your brother.